Hey everyone, Kim here with Backroad Picking, and I just finished a show tonight on WhatNot, and as promised, I said I was going to bring you along with me, and so I am. I am going to give you the lowdown on what happened tonight. So we did a show on cans and cups, and these were old cans, vintage cans and cups from mostly the 70s, 80s, 90s, beer cans and pop cans. And some were really, really interesting cans. We had one sale. One sale, yes. It was a Stroh's can. Thank you very much for the person that bought that for me. I really appreciate it. But no, I'm sorry, it was a Pabst Blue Ribbon can. We were actually prepared tonight. I think the show went really well, considering the fact that from a point of view of everything that could have gone wrong did not go wrong for a change. We had everything well organized. We were ready to go. We used the phone and not the computer. We started on time. We didn't have to restart. We were able to answer questions in the chat. We had Amanda and Nikki in there with me, and Kevin was here. Mom was in there with me. So we do have some family members that are showing up, so that does help. At least it looks like we have some people in there, even when we may not. But we can't keep people in there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we can't. I mean, tonight's was weird because it was cans and cups. That's a very specific audience, and I'm aware of that. But for now, let me show you what's going on with the inventory of that, because now that I'm not live on WhatNot and I'm doing this live for TikTok or this video for TikTok and for our YouTube channel, I'll show you what's going on. So let me pause you here. And you are flipped around and you can see. So these are all of the cans. While we were doing the show, I started organizing. And these are all of the Schmidt cans. There are rows of 4, so there's 24 Schmidt cans there with various graphics. We're going to lump those up and sell those in groups on eBay, because we can put those together. And then, there's 26 because there's 2 more over there. Then up here, we have the old frothing slosh cans. There are only 5 of those. But again, we will put those in a lot and sell those on eBay. We have a couple of Johnny Bench 1989 Hall of Fame cans. This back one is full. I am not comfortable selling that anywhere online, so that will probably go to our flea market booth down at the Peddler's Mall. And then a couple of these I never even got to. So this is a Pepsi Light can. Never even got to it. Gonna look it up, see if it's worth anything. There are some 7-Up cans that are from 1776, 1976. So these are from the bicentennial. I'm gonna look those up, but there are 5 of them. They're state cans, and they're 5 different states. Then over here on the left, we have some bicentennial cans from Pepsi. And also some, let's see, there's like 4 bicentennial. There's 2 in there that are from Woodstock 94. And 2 in there that are from the Jacksons. Not the Jackson 5, but the Jacksons. And it has their signatures on the can, including Michael's. And then just some various other beer cans, look, JR, that I will be looking up to see what's going on with them. Here's the rest of the inventory. You know where it's going? In the recycle bin. You know why it's going there? Because I don't want to deal with it. We got these cans about, I don't know, 2 years ago. We have a lot of inventory. We got these at a closing of a booth, antique store up in Huber Heights, Ohio, which is north of Dayton. And I actually did not buy the lot of stuff for the cans. I bought it for different things like these cups. We have these cups. These we will be selling on eBay, and I might add them various ones to shows. I may get a bunch of sports stuff together and do a sports show on WhatNot. We'll see. After I get some followers, because this one sale a night is just for the birds. I'm doing a lot of work for one sale for like making no money. And I get it that they, they're like, it's you have to get started. And I get that, but I've been in this industry, a reseller industry for vintage and collectibles for over 25 years. I started in 1998 on eBay, and I've been doing this ever since in one form or another, either full-time, part-time. Now I'm full-time. And I know what I'm doing. My sales on eBay are good. We have our own website, backroadpicking.com, and we sell there. WhatNot is great. It's fun to do, but it's a lot of talking, and I'm still talking for the night. And you have to have a following. I mean, I feel like it's kind of a popularity contest. There is a seller on there that I feel like every time I go to do a show at night, they're doing a show, and we're in the same category of vintage, and they will pull in 3, 4, 500 people. I mean, how many people are on WhatNot shopping? I really have no idea. I don't know what the demographics are there. I really don't know what their audience looks like. I don't know how old or young people are that are shopping on there. I will tell you this. I know that a lot of people that are selling on there, not to be rude, but they don't know their head from their ass. These people are selling stuff and they don't have a clue what they're selling. I have gone into multiple shows because I am trying to support other sellers, and I can buy things to resell, like down at our booth at Peddler's Mall. We sell at Peddler's Mall in Lebanon. But I can also, if I find something, I could resell it on eBay. I don't have to make a fortune on it, just have to get the money back. Bought a couple of things that I was going to keep. As I'm going into some of these shows, what I'm finding is they're holding things up and they don't know what they have. So they're holding it up and they've done no research, none. They're just like, oh, here's a figurine. I think it's old. It's really old. Well, what's really old? Really old is a relative term based on your age. And I don't know how old you are. I am old. I'm in my 60s. So I am 64. I am, when I look at something and I say it's really old, I mean that it's probably from the 50s or 60s, maybe the 70s. When somebody who's in their 30s looks at something and says it's really old, they might mean that it's from 1998. Who knows? Who knows what that thought process is? But regardless, what I'm seeing is they're holding these things up. So I'll give you an example. I purchased some little figurines, some little poodle figurines from a seller who is fairly new. She didn't know where they were from. They weren't marked. I knew what they were. They were made in Japan, 1950s, 1960s. We called them spaghetti. They probably had a Japan sticker on them at one time, and they were like the spaghetti porcelain. Some of them were the rough spaghetti. Some of them were the softer, smoother spaghetti. They had gold gilt on them. Most of them were anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 5 inches tall. I got them very inexpensively and took all of them down to my flea market, or to my Peddler's Mall. I got to quit calling it a flea market. It's not. To my Peddler's Mall booth, and put them in there because they're adorable. They're little poodles and they're so cute. And I know I can sell them in there for $7-8 each. But the thing is, this person didn't know what they were selling. All they knew was it was really old. They didn't know where it was from. Do a little research. But WhatNot's not designed for that. It's designed for people to be fast. Okay, sorry, I had to go help Kevin with some shipping. We sold a big table on eBay, and I needed to help him get that in there and closed up because we used half a bag of bubbles or peanuts on it. So anyway, yeah, I think, I know WhatNot is it's a high volume, low profit game. You're going to really need to be able to, in I'd say the first 3 to 6 months easily, you're going to have to be able to sell low and spend a lot of time and building. I've seen some people that are building fast that are newer. I've seen other people like me who are newer, who aren't getting anybody in there. Maybe I need to have my daughter running the WhatNots because that way I have somebody younger talking. But if that's the case, then I think we both need to do it because she doesn't have the knowledge that I have. So, but she is younger, and if the younger people want to see someone younger and they don't want to see, somebody who's bordering on between Boomer and Gen X, because that's where I'm at, I'm 64, and I do not relate with Boomers, sorry. But I do relate with the Gen X, Jones generation is what they call us, who were born in the early 60s, because we don't remember all of the things that happened in the 60s that everybody else from our generation does. We were babies. But anyway, I think selling on WhatNot is kind of a chore. It didn't take me this long to get going on eBay. Even when I've been in and out of eBay, it didn't take that long. Now, Etsy, on the other hand, whew, Etsy's an animal of its own. I can have 3 great days and then go a week and a half and have nothing. And that one's interesting. And then even my own website, it's difficult. It's difficult at times because we have to run our own traffic to there, where eBay runs it for us. So anyway, thanks for coming along on the WhatNot journey with us. We'll keep going. We're going to keep trying. We're doing shows every Tuesday night. Those shows are our regular vintage shows of pottery, glass, trinkets, figurines. This week we're going to have some jewelry boxes that we're bringing in. I'm going to sell a couple of these cups. I got this one that I thought was cute. It's like tennis related. I found this tin that is a NASCAR tin. We're going to put that in there. I already have it loaded with some stuff that's like a little jewelry box that's wood, shaped like a shell, some vintage glass, some pottery and things like that. So if you're watching, be sure to join us on Tuesday nights on WhatNot. You can also find us now on Wednesdays at 11:30 until 1 on Poshmark. We will be doing clothing auctions, and we'll mostly be doing $5 starts, at least for now, because we have a lot. We buy out closets of vintage clothing, and most of the clothing that we buy is from probably the 90s, maybe 80s, 90s, 2000s. So we're going to be moving some of that. This Wednesday is our first show on Poshmark, and we will be doing $5 tops. I have about 50 or 60 of them loaded, so look for us on Poshmark, Backroad Picking. You will find us everywhere. We're on Poshmark, we're on WhatNot, we're on eBay, we're on, where else are we? We're on Mercari. We have our own website, and we're on Etsy. Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube and TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere. Thanks for watching. Bye.